What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a big old news update for Destiny 2, and we're going to talk about missing exotic buffs for the season. Bungie respond to a bunch of issues like stasis and season bugs, but also we have our first look at Solstice armor for 2021, then lots of mysteries and secrets for the season, a possible maze map, we're going to touch on the upcoming Expunge weekly missions, hidden Splicer gauntlet upgrades, quest puzzles in the world, and more inside of the video. So, as always guys, I hope you enjoy this one, and now let's get into it. So, initially folks were asking the question about the buff to Sleeper Simulant, and DMG confirmed that it looks like it received a small buff, but it was unintentionally less than other linear fusion rifles, and the team is looking to take another pass on the weapon in a future update. So as suspected right there, it isn't performing as it should, and they are going to have to buff it again in a different update. On the subject of stasis, because there has been a lot of conversation about it once again inside of PvP, Kevin Yanis from Bungie said they can't say much yet, but they are actively trying adjustments to stasis. We know it's too hot and needs to be knocked down a few pegs. Our focus for the next few balance updates are to shift more and more focus of PvP gameplay towards guns, but again more on that in the future, so they have at least acknowledged some of the recurring feedback about stasis in PvP. Give us your thoughts about all of that. Cosmo also tweeted and said that the False Guardian Games trophy has been pushed off the tower and replaced with a real trophy showcasing the Hunter victory. Of course it was bugged and showing the Titan victory from last year, so at least that one is fixed. And also the other night Bungie pushed out a hotfix and fixed an issue causing some players to crash when signing in, and removed the unintentional early access to crossplay. And so now we are going to have to wait for the official launch of crossplay next season, but hopefully when it rolls out it'll be fairly smooth. Up next though, a quick mention right here that I think's worthwhile. But of course Bungie have added a series of weapons to Banshee's inventory that change on a weekly basis. However, it turns out the weapon rolls themselves actually change on a daily basis. So every week we get a new set of weapons, but every day we get a new set of perks for the featured weapons for the week, if that makes sense. So it's definitely worth checking in with Banshee on a daily basis to see what he has. And of course, if a weapon you really like does come up, there'll be daily opportunities to get an awesome roll, which is pretty cool. Next though, we get a first look at the Solstice of Heroes armor set right here. And this will be the stuff we get for the 2021 event. It was originally shared by Chevy Phoenix on Twitter, and so we can see the basic models for the armor for both male and female characters on all three of the classes. And I'm sure they'll have additional glows and things like that for the final renders in-game when it launches, but that just gives us a very early preview right there. Eververse has become a bit more of a focus once again in this first week of the season, and JP Deathblade pointed out that Bungie added a new section to the season of the Splicer page. This is one that wasn't actually visible before launch, but it advertises a silver-only emote called the Throne of Atheon. And we can see, purchase the Throne of Atheon emote bundle and receive the emote along with 1100 silver. And it is an interesting one, as he points out in a blog post. Luke Smith had previously said, we will no longer be selling ships, ghost shells, sparrows, or armor ornaments in Eververse that are visually based on themes from aspirational activities. But they have gone ahead and introduced a new emote right here, which funnily enough wasn't on the list of items that Luke Smith had actually spoken about. Shaders also weren't mentioned, and of course, as we discussed the other day, there is a Vault of Glass shader bundle that's going to be coming up for 500 silver in the Eververse store according to the database. And it has two unique shaders that don't appear to actually drop from inside of the Vault of Glass. And to purchase the bundle, you have to have already completed Vault of Glass. So on top of the conversation about transmog and how closely linked that is to monetization, it's safe to say Eververse frustrations are bubbling up. I don't think it's particularly cool that they're selling raid-related stuff in Eververse this season. Of course, they are only cosmetics, so give us your thoughts about it down below. However, something of potential interest this season, and Destiny News Plus tweeted that 3 of the new emblems for the season, which are actually playlist emblems, when put together, appear to have something that resembles a map. And so there's a pretty interesting possibility of something hidden within those emblem images. And as Fieldy pointed out, Expunge, the upcoming weekly mission, appears to have a maze within it, according to Triumph, so maybe there'll be a link there. And Expunge in itself is looking like it's going to be pretty interesting. Neof Alpha pointed out the names of the upcoming missions, so spoiler alerts are necessary right here, but there'll be a mission called Styx that takes place on the moon, the one called Labyrinth on the Tangled Shore, Tartarus on Europa, as well as Delphi on Europa, which according to quest steps will be an encounter where we actually fight Quiria. And we can see the Mithrax has determined that the energy of the city is being siphoned by Quiria for an unknown reason. So we have a new upcoming enemy there. And Expunge is also going to be part of the Splicer Gauntlet loot system, so upcoming hidden perks for the Gauntlet can be viewed on Destiny Item Manager. And we can see Codebreaker. Security vulnerabilities can now be exploited to gain deeper access to the Vex network. Expunge missions can now be accessed. But also one called Corrupted Access, and Corrupted Key Codes unlock Corrupted Conflux chests in Corrupted Expunge missions. It does also appear like we're going to get 2 different versions of each of those missions, a normal and corrupted one. And then there are perks to give Corrupted Vex chests increased rewards, and chances to drop Umbral Engrams. So that upcoming weekly mission will share the loot system for the season itself. And so there is a lot of interesting potential in the upcoming content. As we discussed the other day, hidden oracles and a spire have been found on the Tangled Shore, and these spawn in the Kingship Dockloss sector once all enemies have been cleared out. Certainly seems to be a potential puzzle right there, maybe for an exotic quest, or the Expunge missions or something like that. And Max the Boss on Reddit pointed out that in Smeda's Cavern on the European Dead Zone, which is where one of the Black Armory forges was previously, there's an area where a kind of page has appeared that has the outline of a weapon. Apparently, this wasn't in the game before Season of the Splicer, which is pretty interesting because it's kind of a specific area. And so if it is new, could that be teasing to an upcoming weapon or something like that? Again, it is certainly possible, and at the moment we have quite a few mysteries for this season, as well as leaked teasers for some of the things that we're going to see. And so hopefully some of those surprises are going to be pretty exciting when they do drop. Again, give us any of your thoughts or speculation about the upcoming content in the comments section. But let's end with a useful Pinnacle drop list, since Bungie have been changing what's what. And so Rise of Bacon shared that currently we can get +2 power drops from 100k Nightfalls, Master Empire hunts, Exo challenges, Harbinger, the Prophecy Dungeon, but that's only on the boss clear, and then Trials of Osiris and Iron Banner. Currently we can also get +1s from opening 3 Conflux chests with key codes in Override, the weekly objectives to complete core playlists, as well as Hawthorne Clan XP. Currently, Deepstone Crypt, as well as Presage, aren't dropping Pinnacles, and then there's also a bug with the objective to complete 8 Splicer Servitor bounties, where that isn't actually dropping Powerful or Pinnacle. And so we are somewhat limited versus other seasons right now, although in the future, Vault of Glass is going to have Pinnacle drops, as well presumably as the Pinnacle mission for the season when that starts rolling out. So give us your thoughts about that, but I just thought it could be a useful list for any folks who want to know what to target. But for today guys, that's everything we have to round up in the video, so I hope you've enjoyed this one as always. Drop us your thoughts in the comment section below, but also feel free to give us a like rating if you have enjoyed the video. I'll be sure to keep you posted on all of this upcoming content, so stay tuned here on the channel and turn on notifications if you don't want to miss out. But for now, I hope you guys have an awesome day.